Hello and welcome. Keep your hand in your skirt. My name is Sabrina Brightstar. I am your host. Today's topic is about expanding the heart. How can we, practical tools and tips to help you expand your heart space? Well, I think one of the best things to do to really help you make the choice, because choosing to expand your heart space is a decision, it's a choice. So when you have the intention that, yes, I would like to spend more of my time from my heart, I would like to operate more of my thoughts from my heart space instead of my mental space. So first of all, just having that awareness, having that decision to make that choice. That's step one. And then for a practical tip that I think is so valuable, so important, is Dr. Phil once said, if you're going to use your imagination, because most people use their imagination in one of two ways. You're either using your imagination to imagine worst possible outcomes, right? So you're scared, you're afraid of something, you're worried about something, you're mad about something, and so you're using your imagination, you're daydreaming about worst possible outcomes. But how many of us have been conditioned to use our imagination about best possible outcomes? And collectively, we all can probably agree that most of us have been conditioned to be in fear-based thoughts, worry thoughts, negative thoughts, instead of using our imagination to daydream about all of the amazing possibilities. So when we have that awareness that collectively we have incarnated on a separation planet, and in the separation planet, the negative thoughts, the fear-based thoughts, the worry thoughts are more dominant. They're more normal. They're like a higher frequency. Most people, most humans spend the majority of their time worrying, fear-based, lack, scarcity, worry, anxious thoughts. So having that awareness that we all have the same imagination, right? Everyone, not that we use it the same, but everyone has access to imagining. So to question yourself, am I imagining the best outcome or the worst outcome? So Dr. Phil one time had said, this was about a relationship, and the person was afraid that they could get hurt again, afraid that their heart would break. And Dr. Phil said, and I thought this was genius, he said, and obviously this was a long time ago, but he said, if you're going to imagine the worst possible outcome, take it all the way to the end. Take it all the way, keep the thoughts going all the way to the end of the story. So if you're afraid of opening your heart, and this could be for a romantic love, it could be for a new type of love, it could just be for connection, for friend love, for family love. But if you have the intention, the awareness, you would like to have a bigger heart space to function more of your thought time, your day-to-day time from your heart space, but you have a fear that you might get hurt, you might get heartbroken, then think it all the way to the end. Take that fear, take that worry all the way to the end. So I'm going to use a romantic situation because I think that's easy way to demonstrate what I'm trying to share. So say you decide you're going to be open to love, you meet somebody, you start the journey, you start to get to know them, everything is going great, the hormones are releasing all these chemicals in your mind, and it's going great, and you pass your 3-month honeymoon window or whatever they call it, and maybe you're 6 months in, maybe you're a year in, and you start to discover things that you didn't know were there. You start to realize, oh my gosh, I didn't really know this person. You start to maybe there's been lies, maybe there's been cheating, maybe there's been intentional manipulation. Something has happened, and it just hurts your heart. You are heartbroken because you had opened up your body, you had opened up your heart, and you were so excited about this person. You were willing to try, you were willing to trust this person, you were willing to open your heart, and it didn't work. You got hurt. You got hurt on whatever way you got hurt. Okay, so that would be your worst case scenario, right? However that unfolds. So now, okay, we're imagining my heart's going to be crushed. I'm going to be brokenhearted. Okay, so fast forward, now you're hurt. Now what? What happens to you now that you're heartbroken? And that's a question for you to ask yourself for self-reflection. Most people, not everyone, but most people, when they get heartbroken, okay, they're heartbroken, right? And some side effects of being heartbroken, maybe you're crying a lot, maybe you're withdrawn, maybe your nervous system gets dysregulated. Usually there's some physical and emotional side effects of having a broken heart. And then what? Does it stay broken for the next 50, 60, 80 years? Most people, it doesn't. Most people think there's a healing that ends up happening. There's a resilience that ends up happening. So it might take time. It might take being distracted with other activities, with other hobbies, with other people. Everybody has their own journey, but most people, when they get their heart crushed or broken, most people don't stay at that state for the rest of their human experience, right? Most people are resilient. Most people heal. Most people, they discover something because, during that relationship about themselves and about what they're looking for or what works for them, or maybe they learn they're going to have better boundaries the next time, or maybe they learn the next time they're going to go a little bit slower and really get to know someone, develop a better friendship before they just open their heart. Whatever the situation is. But my point that I want to make is, if you're going to daydream that you can get hurt, play it to the end, and then what happens to you? Do you wither up and die? Does your life end? Do you stay stuck and stagnant with a broken heart for the rest of your human experience? And most of us can probably share, yeah, I've had a broken heart, and guess what? I'm still doing it, right? I'm still fine. Why am I fine? Because I'm resilient. I've learned tools for healing. I've learned tools for, picking myself back up. I've learned things and I'm resilient. So having that knowing that I am resilient, can someone break me? At this point, no one could break me. Why? Because I've been broken, right? I've created, manifested situations where I've been really broken. But I'm not there anymore. I'm not stuck there anymore. I keep moving, right? So when we keep moving, we keep growing, and we start to develop an inner confidence, an inner trust, an inner faith that I'm safe. Because I don't need to trust you won't break my heart. Who do I need to trust? I need to trust me, that no matter what I experience, I got me. I've got my own heart. I can protect my own heart. I might have some moments, I might have some challenging days or weeks, but when I have that inner confidence, inner trust, inner faith in me, then it's safe to open my heart, because no matter what, I'm safe. I'm protected because I have learned, I know how to bounce back. I'm resilient. I have my own heart. No one is responsible for my heart but me. Right? So I can fall in love, I can love people, I can have great connections, but I don't turn my power, I don't give the power of my heart over to someone else. I can love someone, I can be open-hearted with someone, but the person who controls the power, the magnificence of my ability to be able to open my heart is me. And so I am always safe. And of course, that takes time to develop that. And so sometimes, if something has been painful or hurtful, that might be your journey, and that you learn a lot about yourself and you learn more about how to protect and take care of your heart. So that's one of my great suggestions is, instead of, you can choose to use your thoughts to worry about your heart getting hurt by someone or your heart being broken, or you can choose, I don't want to live day to day 24/7 from my mental mind, my monkey mind. I want to spend more and more of my day, more and more of the hours of my day from my heart. Why? Because it feels better. It feels better to be open. It feels better to be allowing. It feels better to trust that I got me no matter what the outside conditions are. Is unconditional love. That's exactly what it is. Regardless of the conditions, I got me. I got my heart. So as I have that faith and that confidence in me, it allows me to feel safe, to open my heart, and to invest more and more of my waking hours, my sleeping hours from an open heart space. So it's your choice, decision, it's yours, and then developing that trust, self-trust. It's all your choice. Thanks for listening.